It's 9:35 K-Day's Morning Show with your boy Romeo. And this weekend, if you're looking for something to check out on TV, that's action-packed, not just on the digital platform, the movie theaters, my man Mekhi Phifer's in the building to let me know what's going on. What's up? How you doing, sir?
Oh, man, life is good. Love is love. Everything is everything. Glad to be here with you, K-Day, all day.
Hey,
so, here we go, 93.5. Come on, man, stop playing.
Hey, we are here on the West Coast. We got love for you. And first of all, congratulations and thank you for your body of work that you have given us.
Oh, man, I appreciate that.
I mean, Likewise. You've done so many amazing things. So before we talk about the new, I want to just real quick say, when you walk in the street, because it happens to a lot of actors and actresses, what role are you most asked about or talked to about?
Well, it's funny because doing this for over 30 years now, there's so many, and luckily and unfortunately I've been able to have a very illustrious career. So it just depends on what people saw last,
okay.
I get everything from all the way back to my first film, Clockers, to ER, to Paid in Full, to 8 Mile, to Soul Food, to it goes on and on and on, to the stuff that I have out now. It just depends, but that's when you have a body of work.
Yeah, that's true.
That sort of transcends not just generations, but races and cultures and everything else. So it's hard to say one.
Okay.
Definitely, listen, I've been in London and gotten stopped by, white folks about Paid in Full, you know, and then I've been in Africa and got stopped by people saying that they love me on ER.
Wow,
I could be, in Canada and somebody says 8 Mile. It doesn't, it doesn't, there's no one thing, which I'm happy with.
But that equals up to like just the love that you have worldwide, which is amazing. And I will say this, look, we talk about what they saw last. I know what they need to see next. So let's talk about long gone heroes. So here you are, you're finding yourself in a situation where I'm assuming, is he a friend or a former worker that you work together in the field because he's trying to get his niece back. So let's talk about how your character got caught up in all of this.
Yeah, my guy, Andy Garcia, general, and I, worked under him, as a major or something like that in his army. And obviously at some point we take a turn to line our own pockets up and to do what is best for the individual and not necessarily for the rest of the military.
Right.
And obviously, in the film, myself and Frank Grillo's character, Gunner, we have a history. We served together. So I know his tricks, he knows mine. And that's what makes not just my character a formidable opponent to him, but him a formidable opponent to me.
Man.
And because we're on opposite sides of the spectrum. And so it's like this cat and mouse sort of, I'm gunning for him. He's trying to get away. And then ultimately he makes a stand and then we take it from there.
Yeah. And you know what? I saw the trailer and I was locked in. It's definitely my kind of movie. And a lot of K-Day Nation loves these type of movies. Long Gone Heroes. We'll definitely be tapped in all week long supporting you on that. I know we're on the clock, but real quick before we go, I love asking this question as well. Obviously, this is something you've always wanted to do all your life. You've been doing it for 3 decades over that, right?
Right.
If you, and it's not about a backup plan, but if you weren't acting and doing something in this field, what is your go-to? And what I mean by that is if I wasn't doing radio, which I've been blessed to do for over 20 years, I think I'll be a great grocery bagger at the grocery store. I feel like I would be you wouldn't be able to tell me nothing.
You can do whatever you want, bro.
Man, eggs on the top, everything.
You want to be a grocery bagger, you be the best grocery bagger.
I'll be the best at it. So if you weren't acting and doing these things, Mekhi Phifer, what would be your go-to?
Well, most people don't know this about me, but when I went to high school, one of my high schools was Manhattan Center for Science and Mathematics. So I was always into science and mathematics. And while I was in high school, and just the fun fact, myself, Mase and Cameron, we all went to that school at the same time
Oh,
in the same
wow.
grade. So those are my dudes, you know, Harlem all day.
Yeah.
But I was studying to be an engineer. So
Mm-hmm.
while I was in Manhattan Center for Science and Mathematics, I joined Columbia University. And so I was getting college credits while I was in high school.
All right.
So, and then during the summertime, I stayed on campus at Columbia University.
Mm.
So I was getting an Ivy League education while I was still in high school. And so when I got my scholarship for electrical engineering, I had been studying pre-calculus and trigonometry and all this other stuff and science and everything else. And then I went to an open casting call with my cousin to a film called Clockers, which Spike Lee was directing. And I'd never acted before, never auditioned for anything. But I went to the open casting call with my cousin Sly P. Big shout out to Sly P.
Yeah.
And who I'm gonna see tonight. We actually have dinner tonight. He's actually flew out here from New York. So
okay.
He's one of the VPs at Disney now.
Okay.
So he's doing his thing. The Phifer's in the house. So anyway, I would have been an electrical engineer. That's what I was going to college for, electrical engineering.
That's an amazing
and I had
story.
a full-on scholarship to go and get my electrical engineer degree. That's what I would have been doing.
And Mekhi Phifer, I'm sure you've been great at that, but we all thank you for doing what you're doing now. And K Nation, make sure you check it out.
And
Long Gone Heroes.
I don't see you at the Ralph's bagging groceries. I'm glad to be here with you here. Not that there's anything wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with bagging groceries, but we're happy to have you here, my brother, and I'm happy to be here with you.
Whenever you have time, come to the station in LA. We can chop it up some more, but have a blessed weekend and congratulations on everything, my man. I appreciate you.
Likewise. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah.